Hey guys, Avery here with Skip's Tactical Solutions, and I'm here with another episode of Talk to Me Thursday. As you guys come on, please let me know where you are joining from. Hey guys, as you come on, please let me know where you are joining from. Hey Karen, how are you? Intriguing, hey, how are you? Thank you for joining from Durham, North Carolina. Hey Art, how are you doing? Thanks for checking out my YouTube video. Hey guys, as you come on, please let me know where you are joining from. We got Bugsman joining from Orlando. The Bull joining. Hey, how are you? Karen's. Which guest are you talking about? The Bull, thanks for joining from Tampa. Hey guys, I want to apologize for coming on late tonight. Matt, thanks for joining from Portland. Hey Jeff, thank you for joining. Hey Jeff Rowe, thank you for joining. And then Jeffrey Lodig, thank you for joining. If you're on Facebook, please... Yes, I am late. If you're on Facebook, please share the video. When you share the video, you will be entered to win a free Skip shirt. Art said, you're doing great, steady as she goes. Wait, that's Navy. Hey, Doria, how are you? Paxton, hey, thanks for joining. Adoria, don't. I am late, but I do have a bit of an excuse, I guess I can say. Mommy duty called. We were doing some homework, and that is definitely important. So we were knocking that out, and then it was time for live. And I almost joined today in my tan tee because, yeah, I was kind of behind, but I don't think you guys are ready for that. My tan work tee. But how's your guys' week going so far? I hope your week has been great. The weekend is coming. It will be here very, very soon. And I hope you guys will have a great weekend. Do you have any plans this weekend? If so, I would love to know. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments. If I don't get to your comment, feel free to send me a message and I will respond. Art said, I'm going to switch over to Facebook for comparison. Okay. Let me know which one is better. So if you're on my Instagram page, just know that I have a Facebook page as well, and I have a Facebook group. And if you're on Facebook, you can always find me on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram, feel free to send this. You can press the little arrow below and send this to a friend. But I appreciate you guys showing up every week. I have a lot of new people, so if this is your first time watching one of the lives, please let me know that this is your first time. Also, if you have not entered to win in my 1-year giveaway, please make sure that you enter. There is a post that says 1-year giveaway. Once you enter, there isn't actually a lot of people who have entered, so you will have a high chance of winning something. So make sure that you enter. So we have, I'm just going to say Sir J, sorry if I got that wrong. And Rock said that it's their first time. Thank you for joining. Bike Life, so I do not come to Georgia, but I can, and I do have a lot of people who are reaching out asking about Georgia. So if there's a group who would like for me to come, I can definitely try to make that happen. So if you guys are interested in any of my classes, my website is skipstacticalsolutions.com. Let me see if I can pin that. Okay, I can't pin. Sorry, but I just posted my website. If you are interested in going there and seeing what classes I offer, if you go to the link in my bio, majority of the links that are associated with me are on there. I have my website, my YouTube, my podcast, and some of the affiliate links are on there as well. A couple quick things that I want to share with you guys. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up and joining me for Talk to Me Thursday. And I just mentioned it. If you have not entered the 1 year giveaway, make sure that you enter. All you have to do is like or follow, and then you can tag 3 friends and you'll be entered to win. So I will show you guys some of the prizes, I guess I'll say, here in a bit tonight. So if you want to enter to win, make sure that you enter. There is a unlimited amount of time. So, unlimited amount of times that you can enter. So make sure that you enter. And what else? My next concealed carry class is the 6th of April from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. here in Tampa, Florida. So if you would like to sign up for the concealed class, you can go to my website, which is skipstacticalsolutions.com, and sign up for the class. So if you have questions, ask. I'll also do group classes. I love my group classes. I just had a group last weekend. It was a lady's birthday, and she got all of her friends together, and they did a concealed class. So Melissa, if you happen to see this video, I want you to know that I really appreciate it, and I had a blast with them. It was so much fun, and they were a bit hesitant at first, but they loved it, and they said that they are looking forward to another class. Private lessons are available as well. I have quite a few people who reach out for private lessons, and I appreciate every single one of you who have taken a private lesson with me. Private lessons are typically for people who may not want to go into a class with everybody else, or they may not have the time to take a class when everybody else is available, so they just schedule it when they are available, and it's best for them. So however you want to do it, it's completely up to you. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. And I do with my private sessions where I can do a private conceal class, or it can be a private intro to pistol class, or whatever you want. Or it could be us sitting down and talking about what your concerns are and getting you over whatever humps you need to get over, or making you more secure in going to the range by yourself, which I just had one of those. And the confidence of people from before and then after is amazing. Oh, before I get too deep into this live, if you are on Facebook and you share this video, then you will be entered to win a free Skip shirt. This week's winner is Colin, the founder of the Black American Outdoorsman's page. He does an awesome job of sharing all of my content, and I probably owe him like all of my shirts, really. But he shares the videos pretty much every single week, and he is this week's winner. So Colin, I really appreciate it, and reach out and let me know which shirt you would like. You can go to my website and go pick out what shirt size and send it to me, and I will get it shipped out to you ASAP. Alrighty then. Vic, hello, how are you? Eileen, I hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. Thank you for sharing. Johnny P. Williams, thank you for sharing. Raymond, thanks for tuning in from Chicago. A.B. Hurst said Facebook seems to be smoother Thanks. Khadijah Taylor, hey, thanks for joining. Papa Joe, thank you for sharing. And Marcus said, I read that your concealed carry classes are 60. In Alabama, the average is about 125. I wish I could take your class. So I want to talk about that here in a second, but let me get to Instagram really quick and see. Miss Sonia, hey, how are you? So for everybody on Instagram, thank you guys for joining. As well, you can share the video by clicking the arrow below, and you can share this with someone that you think may need to see it, or someone who you kind of just want to throw a hint to that you want them to engage in a certain type of lifestyle called concealed carry or personal protection. So the first thing I want to talk about today is I have on Facebook Miss Sonia Hall. So Miss Sonia Hall drove from, I think, like 2 or 3 hours away last year to meet me. So not only did she show up and give me her time and attention, but last week I posted something on Instagram and a lot of people, I guess I'll just say it how I would normally say it. A lot of people came for me. A lot of people were very rude and disrespectful. And if you don't know it, if you're new to my platforms, I want to let you know I don't tolerate disrespect. I want this to be a comfortable learning environment for everyone, and disrespect will not be tolerated. It's my platform. You can go on your own platform and disrespect whoever you like to, but on mine, you won't disrespect me. So Miss Sonia Hall actually came to my defense, and she just defended me, and she engaged in conversations with people who then started to be disrespectful towards her. And I want to let you guys know that you don't have to do that, although I did appreciate her doing that. A lot of the times people see things from their own lens. All of this is not one-sided. Everybody sees things a certain way, and you have to respectfully engage in conversations with people. But yeah, I just want to publicly tell her that I appreciate her. She did not only come see me from Palm Bay, but she's also purchased a lot of products from me. So I appreciate you, Miss Sonia, and keep up the good work. And you're doing really good in your gun owner journey. So keep it up. But next, I will talk about something that... So Marcus on Facebook is always tuning in with some really good conversations. So he wanted to talk about, hey, Texas Guns and Ammo, how are you? Oh, and then something else that... I'm not going to call them a name, that these guys said on Instagram. They let it be known that a lot of people follow me because I'm black. I don't need anyone to follow me because of the way that I look. I want people to follow me because of the content that I give you guys. And if you think what I'm doing is valuable, then follow me. If you don't think it's valuable, then I can promise you there's someone out there that's for you. Everybody is not for everybody. But every single person that follows me, supports me, I appreciate every single one of you. Like, if I could just give you guys a hug, I would. If I could hug every single one of you, I would. I appreciate it. I know that your time is valuable, but you guys give me your time. You give me your time in comments. You give me your time in showing up here and just giving me your attention. So I appreciate you guys, and you guys are awesome. And Texas Guns and Ammo said, hashtag Skip is hip. Yes, Skip is hip. Artagun said, hey, so Texas Totem, hey, thanks for joining. And Brunson, hey, thank you for joining as well. Jay Ryan said, they can get out of here, keep going. Pew, pew, thank you. And Sonia said, I appreciate you, love you, and respect all that you do. Thank you so much. A Tactical Preacher said, wow. And then Adoria said, you always do a wonderful and educational job. Thank you. Let's see. Really quick, I also want to so Adoria also said hashtag skip his hip, but I don't believe her. I don't believe her. She's my cousin. I don't believe her. But I want to let you guys know that I will be launching a Patreon page. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, it is a way for you to support your content creators. So if there's someone out there that's creating content for you, I want you guys to know that it is very time consuming. It is very expensive. And if you want quality, which I'm pretty sure each and every one of you want quality, it costs money. So I'm trying to build a business, and I cannot fund my business and content out of my own pocket. So I will be creating a Patreon, and Patreon is a way that you guys can donate, and it will be different tiers that will allow you different perks. So I will probably only start out with a few different tiers. My higher tiers will get more things, obviously, but I think the first tier probably starts at about $1 or $2, and then they go up from there. But don't donate if you don't want to donate. I will never ask you guys to do anything that I wouldn't be willing to do, but I would appreciate everyone's support. And I mean, if you donate $2 here, $2 there, then it really goes a long way. And even just for my podcast, there is things that are associated with my podcast. There's the platform to host it, or when it comes to editing videos, things like that, it costs money. So I just want you to know that I will be doing a Patreon page, and once I launch the page, I will let you guys know. And the people who pay more money into the Patreon, they will get more perks. It'll be more behind the scenes, more one-on-one things that will be provided. But I had to get that out there because I will forget. And if you're not on my YouTube page, make sure that you join my YouTube page. If you haven't listened to my podcast, I would love for you to listen to my podcast. There are people like Art2Guns who have been listening to my podcast from the beginning, and he's listened to the bad episodes to where it's struggling, and then he's growing with me, and the episodes are only getting better. I'm starting to interview more people and just grow with me. Your girl is trying. But let's see. I want to answer a couple questions that I received first. The first question as you guys come in, please let me know where you're joining from. And if it's your first time joining, please let me know if it's your first time. So one of the questions that I received is from Limbo Slice. He asked me, do you plan on expanding to firearms, customization, machining, and complete gunsmithing? So that's my end goal. I still have a full-time job now, so it's kind of hard to do everything. 414, yes, sorry. Everything is under, my name is Skip's Tactical Solutions. So the podcast, the YouTube, everything is Skip's Tactical Solutions. So right now I can't do any customizations with firearms, any maintenance on anyone else's guns because I don't have a FFL, because I don't have a facility. It is very hard to get a FFL, but I don't have a facility. I would love to have my own facility so that I could have a FFL and I could do gunsmithing work and I could pretty much do anything. I could do transfers, but I can't do that right now. That is one of my goals. I am a gunsmith, so I could do the things, but legally I can't do it because I can't take the guns into my possession without having an FFL. But prayers, that is my goal. A store and a range that one day, you guys will see it one day. Skip will have her own store and Skip will have her own range. But I am a gunsmith, so if there is a facility that would allow me to come in and work on guns, I can do that. But as of right now, I just work on my own. Say what now? Hey, thank you for joining. But yes, Limbo, I am working on that, and you'll definitely be the first person that I will let know once I get my location. Maybe you'll still be in the Tampa area. If you're not, I'll still reach out so that you know. Hey, Richard, thank you for joining and sharing. let's see. Something that I want to... A question on the Facebook page is, Marcus Ferris said, can you talk to us about the importance of physical fitness and how it ties into self-defense training? How many people have a physical fitness routine? Be honest. If you do, you can do a thumbs up. If you don't, then do a thumbs down. Limbo, yes, I just answered your question. All right, so my Corey Lucas, I'm not sure where you can take a gunsmithing class in Orlando. So Richard said, okay, so sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I was laughing with you. When it comes to physical fitness, so I would like for you guys to do thumbs up, thumbs down. So, and I mean, be honest. Who's gonna make fun of you? No one. It's your personal body. It is your personal decision. So I'm seeing some thumbs up. I'm seeing some thumbs down. When it comes to the personal protect, first of all, let's not even go personal protection. Let's just go for yourself, right? How important do you think it is for you to have a good, healthy body? You should be very healthy, not only for you, but for your family as well. You want to be healthy so that you can be there. I know for those of you who have kids, you want to be healthy so that you can do things with your kids, because if you're sick, then you're not able to get out there and run, walk, go to the park, all those types of things. So I think physical fitness in general is very important. It's something that you have to push yourself to do, but it's something that we can motivate each other to do. I know there's times where I reach out to other people and we talk about it, and you just have to find out what your why is. Your why might be that you're trying to get your sexy body for the summer, right? So that's a goal, but you have to have small goals. Please don't make a huge goal and say, I want to lose 100 pounds. It will feel like you will never reach 100 pounds, and you probably won't be as motivated, because when you lose 1 pound, and then it's 2 pounds, and it's 3, you're like, I'm never going to reach 100, right? So make small goals, and feel free to share your goals with me. I have goals. I try to share pictures of me exercising because I think we can all make time. There's 24 hours in a day, and 30 minutes, 25 minutes, that's not a lot. Think about how many times you probably spend, how much time you probably spend on social media. You probably spend a lot of time on social media. So for me, it's something that I like to do. And so it's very important to know yourself. I think I like to work out first thing in the morning, right? It's hard for me to get out of bed. I'm like a snoozer. I'll snooze like 5 times, and then my husband gets really mad. So it's really hard for me to get out of bed, but once I get out of bed, I'm motivated, and I just need to go ahead and get it out of the way because it's done for the day. And my mood is drastically different when I work out. So I go into work and I'm like, hey, how are you? And when I don't work out, it's like, hey, how are you? Like, I'm just not feeling as good. So if you don't work out, I would just challenge everybody who gave me a thumbs down to just take a walk. Take a walk. If you don't walk far, you can just walk to the mailbox. Like, if you don't really get out and walk, that's huge, right? Or just go for a walk around the block. Go for a 5-minute walk. It doesn't, like, don't kill yourself day one, but just do small, gradual things towards your goal. And I can promise you, like, you're going to feel better. You may be sore, but you're going to feel better. And mentally, it's really good for you to get out there and work out. Scuba said food and exercise definitely affects your mood. Ice cream makes me happy. Hey, Warda, thank you for joining. So when it comes to just life in general, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to take medicine. And when it comes to being healthy, it can impact your insurance. and your insurance costs can be low, and insurance is very, very expensive. So try to be healthy so that you can not go through some of those things and just add years to your life. But you also want to be healthy and exercise, because when it comes to your 2A rights, your self-protection, all of that, sometimes you may have to run. But if you cannot physically run, then you may be that weakest link that may get shot first. Or you may be that weakest link that just gets hurt, right? And it could be, can you carry your loved one to safety if you need it to? Think about that. If you need to do anything strenuous, like if you get into a gunfight, or if you get into a situation to where you're scared, you're nervous, your heart rate starts to increase, like how does your body react to stress? I think that's really important for you to know how your body reacts to stress. Everyone's body reacts differently, but I think you need to know how your body reacts to stress so that you can try to be able to identify it. But when you identify it, then you know what to do to kind of mitigate some of the things from happening. But it's very important. And another thing is your 2A journey, conceal carry. It may be harder for you to conceal a gun if you have a lot of additional fat on your body, because how are you going to conceal it and be able to get to it very quickly? So those are some things to think about. And I would just encourage you to find someone who's like-minded, right? Find someone who may want to lose some weight as well, if that's what you need to do. Find someone who wants to go on a walk. I know here lately I have been encouraging my son to go on a walk with me. It's some one-on-one time that we have together, and we're both doing something that is making us feel good, and we're in a step in the right direction. And I personally like to get a certain amount of steps in a day. So for me, if I got to go take a walk or do something physical, get in a little bit of cardio, that's okay for me, because it's going to help me reach my step goal as well. But we all want to have a good body. We all want to feel good, and that will help with your confidence level as well. But if there's some things that you guys feel free to interact. This is very interactive. It's not one-sided. And I want to hear what you guys have to say in regards to this as well. So if you did a thumbs down before, have you thought about now that you want to actually start, and then next video it may be a thumbs up that you're actually working towards your fitness? Because I know Adoria is going to start working on her fitness with me. And I think she's going to kill me for that. Hi, Norman. Thank you for joining. Marcus said, wonderful and uninformative. Jeff Rowe. Marcus, is there any points that you would like to add? And Marcus Ferris said, all true points. But I want you guys to add so that we can go back, look at this, and interact with each other, because I like your opinions as well. Aaron, hey, thank you for joining. Born Fresh, thank you for joining. And if you guys post on social media and you post your workouts, feel free to tag me in your workouts, because it's you going a step in the right direction, and I would love to encourage you to do that. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to talk about is 414 said, I think it's very important, i.e. physical fitness in terms of state of mind. It is very important. That's why a lot of people, what do they say? That's like the cheaper version of therapy. Case Organic said, most definitely Agree. You don't want to also be out of breath when you're active. Not good. Keep the body moving, even small intensity levels. Yes, absolutely. Marcus said, I'll be 39 tomorrow. I get around in a wheelchair. I've been dealing with some health issues. As soon as I'm well, I'm getting back in the gym. That's good. So when it comes to, are there some things that you can do? Like maybe can you get some small weights and work on your arms? Is she on Facebook only? No, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're looking for the different platforms that I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a YouTube channel, and all my handles are Skips, Skips, Tactical Solutions. And I have a podcast. My podcast is called Skips Tactical Solutions. So make sure you head over, listen to my podcast. And if you're going to share the episode, you can share it, tag me, and I will definitely reshare it. All right, another question that we got was, so Corey Lucas said, was it hard to get into the gun business? I'm thinking about getting into the business when I retire in 10 years. Was it hard? I think it depends on what part of the gun business you want to join. There's a lot of different parts of it. As an instructor, it was kind of hard for me to get out there, and I don't have my own location. So when it comes to advertising, how are people going to find me? That was a tad bit harder. And it's all about getting it out there, taking classes, learning, and being open and encouraging of others as well. But financially, I think if you are just trying to teach, it would not be as hard. But there's a lot of things that people don't think about as far as expenses. Like I have to have insurance, instructor insurance, and that runs about $400 a year. That's an added expense, and equipment. And another thing that I don't think a lot of people know is whenever you are a guest in someone else's home, right? So when I go to these ranges, I'm a guest. So there's a lot of fees that I have to pay. So I have to pay a range fee, then I have to pay a classroom fee as well. So you don't have your own location. There's just different expenses that you have to incur. But if that's what you want to do, I completely support it, and I wish you the best. Let's see. And Marcus said, yes, I do all upper body exercises, and I was going to the gym about 3 times a week. That's really good. Keep up the good work. So I got a question, and he just joined the live. He joined just in time. From Shoot to Win Charlotte. Let's see. His question was, if you had to choose, which one would you consider paramount? Weapon stabilization through solid grip and lockout, front sight dedication, or trigger control? I want you guys to let me know which one do you think is more important when it comes to shooting. Weapon stabilization through solid grip and lockout, front sight dedication, or trigger control? Hey, Twan23. Sorry if I said that wrong. D-Nice, hey, how are you? VC? Sorry if I said that wrong. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining, guys. K's Organics, thank you. I'm going to wait a minute for you guys to let me know what you think is more important, and then I will share what I think is important. So you can share what you think is important and why as well. And while I'm waiting on you guys, I want you to know that if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, I would love for you to go and subscribe to my YouTube page. And every single one of you that are in here, I appreciate you. Man. I was trying to pin a comment, but I couldn't. So, I personally, I'll give you guys a few more. So, Rasta, hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. Nisa, hey, thank you for joining. So, I was trying to pin a comment, but I couldn't. But if you go to my, the link in my bio, it's in there. My YouTube channel's there, my podcast, but it's youtube.com Skips Tactical Solutions. Skips Tactical Solutions. All right, so we had Scootin said stabilization, it brings everything else into focus. And we had Velvet Rope say grip. Rasta said grip. And Marcus on Facebook said, Marcus on Facebook said they all work hand in hand. So I do agree that all work hand in hand. So I was kind of hesitant to say which one I found was paramount because I think they're all extremely important. Okay, so 414 said sight and trigger control. And Art said, you can be excellent at everything else, but it won't do you any good if you miss your target. Yes. So Shoot to Win said, hey, Skip, after years of being told over and over again about front sight, I learned that if your front sight is on, but you aren't stable in your shooting platform. So I completely understand where you're coming from as well. Kyle, thank you for sharing. So I have to agree with Art, and I would say trigger, right? Because if you do not get that well-placed shot in there, if you can't control your trigger, then, I mean, you're not going to get your shot where it needs to go. And this is something that I was going to show you guys this here tonight, but I'm going to kind of introduce it into the video now. When it comes to the trigger, you need to have really good control of your trigger. And like Shoot to Win said, a lot of people say front sight, and it's everything combined, right? But when it comes to your trigger, it's very important. And when I was learning how to shoot, once I became an instructor, I had like an aha moment, right? And it was like, oh, okay, if I would have just listened to the instructor years ago, then I would have known what to do, and I would have been a really good shooter. But, so, I have a Glock 43. X. So you can look forward to some videos on this, but I was going to show you guys Glock 43X. So when it comes to your trigger, right, you want to make sure whenever you handle a gun, you need to make sure also that you don't ever put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. So as an instructor, my fingers typically exaggerate it because I'm so used to showing everybody that my finger's not on the trigger. But whenever you handle a gun, make sure that this is the first place that your finger goes. This should not be the first place that your finger goes when you're handling a gun, because that's how accidents happen, okay? So just quick safety tip. So when it comes to your trigger, if you don't know what a trigger is, this is your trigger. This is your trigger. And when you go to put your finger onto the trigger, I like to tell you to take your front pad of your finger, right? That first pad, and that's what you're going to put in there. So when I say put in there, that's what you're going to put on the trigger, right? And I have my front pad in there, and when I pull the trigger, I'm going to, this is a 43X. When I pull it back, so I'm doing it like this so I can show you guys. When I pull it back, I'm pulling it back nice and slow. When my gun goes off, so that would have been bang, right? When it goes off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride it back forward nice and slow, and that's going to minimize a lot of the movements. And that's how you also have really good groups, because what you will see some people do, right? You'll see a lot of this. The constant jerking of your trigger, and know whenever you jerk it, it's just going to move your gun. So you want to minimize the jerking, and you want to have a decent amount of your finger in there. You don't want too much, because the problem is when you put too much of your finger in there, now you're going to pull your gun to one side or the other side, okay? So it is a certain thing called what? There is a certain thing called having too much finger in the trigger, okay? So I have just enough in there, and when I'm done, I'm going to ride my trigger back forward nice and slow. So what would happen is it would go bang, and all I would do was, and sometimes you may be able to feel the reset. Sometimes you may be able to hear the reset. So I don't know if you guys actually heard that click, but when it happens again, you're going to, and then you're going to just keep doing it. So if you're shooting 3 shots, your finger is not going to leave that trigger until you're done shooting all 3 shots. So what I see a lot of people do is they will shoot right, and then they'll go, oh, I wonder why I hit. But you don't want to do that. You want to stay consistent. You want to follow through with all your fundamentals. And once you're done with that, then you can look and see, hey, where did I hit? But when it comes to trigger control, I think it's very important. You need to control this, because if you're snapping your trigger and you're just jerking it, then you're going to be jerking your gun, and your shots are going to be all over the place. So for me, I don't go deeper. I don't go deeper in there because I tend to pull the gun to the side. But for me, I pull it back nice and slow, then I go back forward nice and slow. But that's just trigger. There is a lot more to it, so don't just think it's trigger. But this was just one question that we were talking about. It is very important to control your trigger, and you will definitely have nice tight groups if you are nice and steady with your trigger. So remember, you're going to pull it back nice and slow. Once it's done, it goes bang, then you're going to ride it back forward nice and slow. Okay, guys? So this is the Glock 43X. I will be doing a review on it. I will be uploading it onto my YouTube channel. And if you guys are interested in seeing it, let me know. I'm pretty excited to shoot it. There is a lot of nice, sorry. Shoot to win, thanks. So Art said, I found that the premium trigger finger placement depends on the fit of the gun in your hand. Yes. And I think it also depends on like how tired you are, because I noticed like if you've been shooting a lot, then it may, you know, a lot of people tend to have more of their finger start to creep in there because you don't know the strength of someone's hand, right? So their finger may get tired, and it's starting to be harder for them to pull that trigger back. So it all depends on the weight of the trigger, but just know it is very important for you to practice all your fundamentals. When it comes to this question, there was one that we thought was more important than the other two that were brought up, but all of this stuff is really important. BC said, I want a 43X. Go get one. Shoot to Win said, one thing, Skip. I've trained a great deal of females going through basic law enforcement training. Firearms, and they don't have the hand strength. Yes, sorry, I just saw that. West Coast Dads, hey, thanks for joining. Kay said, nice piece, seems sturdy. Nice. Shoot to Win said, you're dope, Skip. Thank you. Got that 40. I don't want to mess up your name. James said, got that 43X IC. Yes. And he said, but it's only 10 rounds though. Yes. So, and I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. But I want you guys to remember that, on the back of the magazines, you can see how many rounds can be held in the magazine. Sorry, I'm trying to make it focus. Okay, there it goes. You can see it's 10. So remember that if there's 10 that can be in here, then you can have one in your chamber already, and then that's 11. All right? Thanks for spelling it out, but I'm scared that I'm still going to mess it up. Let's see. How to keep students from peeking. Tony 2 Pistol said, I picked up the 48 and I love it. Good. Let us know what you like about it. Kay said, yes, my soldier told me this. He said, though, when you're tired, stop shooting. Yes, that is very important. When you go to the range, you're paying to go to the range. And I was just talking to this about this to a customer not too long ago. When I go to the range, I'm very focused and I have a plan. If you're only paying for an hour, you want to get the most out of your hour, right? But if you see that you start to get frustrated, you start slipping, whatever it may be, then you may need to stop that range session and not waste your ammo. Ammo is very expensive and you don't want to waste it. But while we're on the subject of ammo, Palmetto State has some 9mm on sale, and they also have some 223 on sale. So go check them out. The link is in my bio. The link for Fiocchi 9mm should be in there. And then if you just want to go to Palmetto State Armory, you can check out the ammo prices and grab something because they have some really good deals right now. I have like 2,000 rounds coming because it was such a good price. So stock up when you can. You never know when you're going to need it. And when you need it, then you want to have it. You don't want to have to go out and buy it. And everybody else is trying to buy it too because it's hit the fan. All right. And when I said ish, you know what I meant. Art said from a fitness perspective, a hand grip or finger grip exerciser will help that out. That's great. Also, for those of you who don't have the hand finger strength, Art said to get a hand grip or finger grip exerciser. Girls Get Tactical. Hey, thank you for joining. Shoot to Win Charlotte said, Skip, when my doors open, I'm inviting you as a guest instructor. No fees. How much are the fees normally to be a guest instructor? I don't know these things. Sorry. On Facebook, Cal said he shared it. Thank you. Quentin said, I love that gun. Cal said, trigger discipline. Trigger discipline is extremely important. Quentin said, very much so interested. Miss DeVita, hey ma'am, thanks for joining. And Cal said, no selfies at the range. And then he also said, learn to reload. Yes, you need to learn to reload, but then there's also prices associated with, there's a price tag associated with reloading. I don't know, for me, I don't really have the time to reload, so I'd rather get 50 rounds of ammo for $7.99. So Cal said no selfies at the range. I'm kind of guilty for that. I do take selfies on the range sometimes, but I'm not shooting. There's no loaded guns. It's a controlled environment. 414 said, I think what you're doing is important. Our community by large need to have more dialogue about firearm safety as well as firearm ownership. It just may stop a lot of unnecessary gun violence. Yes. Thank you. Kay said, yes, you make mistakes, but I enjoy it besides my quiet bout. Yes, I will check it out and pass this on to a friend. Thank you. Shoot to Win said, next live, think you can cover tactical versus recreational shooting. Have you seen the new Glock with the digit numbers on the back? Yes, I saw that at SHOT Show. And then Art said, when I first started shooting, I found muscles I didn't know I had. I was sore as all get out the next day. Yes, so you were doing some really good stuff at the range. And there's something that I really want to cover really quick. So, serious tip really quick. Make sure that you are educating the youth that are around you, because a lot of the times they are getting into trouble. They're doing things that is ruining the rest of their lives and they don't know any better, right? Or they may know better, but they don't have really good figures in their life to impact them. I think it's extremely important that we let them know what's good, what's not good, that there can be a different way to do things. I'm saying that because I absolutely have nothing against felons. I don't. It's not my life, it's theirs, right? I think I was very sheltered to the amount of felons that are out there. Just know once you have that stamp on you, I guess I can call it, there's a lot of rights that you lose. So when it comes to being a responsible citizen, doing the right thing, make sure that you're doing the right thing. I put out a lot, like this video, it's normally about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and I answer questions free. Make sure that you get out, you learn things. Don't assume anything when it comes to a gun, because that's how you get hurt, and then that's also how you get in trouble. Gun crimes are very serious. Don't go out and buy a gun just because you heard about it in a rap song, because they typically don't know what they're talking about either, okay? But I think it's really important that you get out there and you start to educate these kids, because they're making a lot of bad decisions and they're not going to be able to own a gun when they get older. And not being able to own a gun, so I'm a woman and I know how it feels for me to be able to protect myself and my family, right? But as a male, I can only imagine as a protector, right? When you cannot defend yourself or protect yourself or your kids or your wife or whoever it may be, that has to be huge, right? So get out there, do the right thing. And I've just had a lot of people who have reached out to me lately, and they have been felons. So if you're not aware, felons cannot own guns, they cannot vote. There's a lot of things that they cannot do. And this is a right that I will absolutely always fight to have. I will fight to have this right because I have kids that I need to protect, and I have myself that I need to protect as well. So I encourage each one of you to reach out to someone, reach out to a youth, reach out and let them know that they need to be responsible. Don't do stupid things, because then they'll win a stupid prize, right? And no one wants to get locked up, and no one wants to lose their right. But I just felt like I had to say that, because there's so many people who cannot defend themselves, and they have to go through other means to protect themselves. And a lot of them just say it was a stupid mistake or whatever it may be. But get out there and do the right thing. And I'm really big on teaching kids. They are the future. We can impact them right now, and they can grow up and be awesome human beings. I can impact someone, and it can be the next Skip out there doing great things. So reach out to someone, teach them gun safety. If you know someone who is right and dirty, when I say right and dirty, they got either a dirty gun that they cannot legally own or whatever it may be, or they're carrying concealed and they don't have a concealed, just encourage them to do the right thing. Gun crimes are very serious, and you don't want to get hit with a felony or get hit with a misdemeanor, and then now you have fines, you have these court costs, and then you lose some of your rights. So that was my soapbox for tonight. And and on the flip side of that, just because someone's a felon, like, that doesn't mean they're a horrible person. Sometimes you can make that one horrible mistake that will stick with you for the rest of your life. And I know a lot of people have done that. So they're not horrible people. They may have made a bad choice and now they have to live with it, but they still need to be able to protect themselves. And I tell them, like, when I have people that reach out, I say, you can be more situationally aware so that sometimes maybe you can avoid those situations, or you can go to places where, well, actually gun-free zones are very targeted, but you can just make sure that you're around the right people that could possibly defend you if you need it. But there's still things that they need to know, and they still need to know how to protect themselves and their families. So it's still important to make sure that you do the right thing by educating them on what they can be educated on, because they're still humans and there's still horrible people out there who are targeting people to hurt. So Shoot to Win said, yes, 1,000 times we need to reach and teach our youth. Yes, we do. They are our future. And a lot of them are being poisoned about things that are just not right. And one of the first things I do when people tell me that they're scared of guns, I explain to them how this is only an object. This is an object just like a pair of scissors, just like your pair of shoes, but this just has a different purpose. And the only way that this is going to do anything is in the hands of someone. So I can sit this gun down on my table and it could sit here and it won't do anything to anyone, right? So in the hands of someone good, in the hands of someone bad, that's when this starts to do damage. But there's more good out there with guns than there is bad. But we keep getting good, responsible gun owners, and then we're going to start outnumbering the bad guys. And whenever they decide to do something stupid, then we're going to be there and we're going to be able to stop them before they commit these crimes. So thanks for joining, guys. I've had a lot of new people to my pages here recently. If you're new, feel free to reach out. If you have a question, I would love to answer your question. If you have a comment, if you have something that you would like me to do a post about, let me know, because I want to post about things that you guys want me to post about. I don't want to just post about random things and you guys don't care. I want to do videos about things that you want me to do videos about. Like these videos, I want to do them centered around questions that you have, or we can have a topic that we discuss on the Thursday nights. But I definitely want to make sure that it's educational for you guys, it's productive, and it's worth the time that you're investing to join. So over on Facebook, we have Dexter Franklin. Sorry, I can't talk. Dexter said, I lost my gun rights for 5 years in the 90s because I had a DWI. I got them back after my 5 years was over. I learned from that mistake. Thank you first, I would like to say thank you for sharing that with us. That is something to DUIs, people who abuse drugs, those are reasons to lose your ability to carry. But I'm glad that you were able to get your rights back and that you learned from your mistake. That is very important, to just make sure that we're learning from these mistakes that we're doing. Everybody learns. Sometimes you try to learn from other people, but sometimes we just have to learn the hard way. I try to make my kids not learn the hard way, but then they don't listen, so then they have to learn the hard way. But I think it was the same with me and my parents. I just had to learn a lot of the stuff the hard way because I didn't listen. But I really appreciate you for sharing that. I just had someone ask, how do I become an NRA commentator? I don't know. I apologize. But maybe someone will have information and they can share that with us. So make sure that you check out the YouTube page, which is Gibbs Tactical Solutions, the podcast, Facebook, and Instagram. And I hope that you guys will join me next Thursday for Talk to Me Thursday. And I hope that you have a good weekend. Thanks for joining, guys. Goodbye.